I'm Kate.
I'm Ebong.
And I'm Sonya.
And today we are dishing with you from Tandoori Nights, located at 2800 North Clarendon Boulevard in Arlington, Virginia.
You just want to be Indian. You look over at me and you're like, can I talk about my drink? Yes, you can.
I do want to talk about my drink. It's a mango Rita. We don't have any, it's not no tandoori chicken.
Or curry or any other.
Or curry or any of the rest of it, but I do
butter
have.
chicken.
Or naan.
Do a lot of people eat mango in?
What?
Is it a big fruit in India?
Yeah, it might as well be like the national fruit of India.
Well, I didn't
Next
know.
to maybe guavas, maybe, which are
I've
also
got a
yummy.
mango Rita.
Guavas?
What else do we
Guavas,
have?
very yummy.
I'm not into exotic fruits.
That's why you went with just
That's not whatever the heck this is. I don't know what that is. But it tastes great, actually. It tastes great. It's less filling. But our guest today is Allison Brooks, who's the founder of Queen Bee Designs, and she's an amazing jewelry designer. And I want to ask you, actually, how did you get started with your idea for Queen Bee?
Well, thanks, Ebong. I came to Washington because I was born here. I'm a lifelong Washingtonian, and I had worked for Senator Max Cleland from Georgia for several years in his press office. And unfortunately, Senator Cleland did not win his re-election. As you know, many politicians, that happens. It's the way of the world here in Washington.
And then it wrecks the rest of our careers.
Right.
So it was
What are we going to do?
very inconvenient for me and the 20-so members of the staff. So I took a couple months off to kind of figure out what I wanted to do, and I took some classes through the Smithsonian and their Residence Associates program and learned to make jewelry. And immediately people started to want to buy the jewelry off my neck. I would be at Neiman Marcus, I'd be at Junior League events.
I didn't know you took a class.
I took a class. I'm a student.
But clearly you had talent. It's always good to take a class, but you had a passion and an eye for creating something. So how do you think that came into your life? Have you always been into baubles, bangles, and beads?
Well, no. I've always been crafty. I've painted. I've done. I like to decorate. I did all kinds of things like that. I've always had, I guess, taste and style, which is, as we all know, something you're, kind of
Either born with or not.
Yeah.
So I guess we all have gifts. I can't rock climb very well, but I can put together an outfit. I can make jewelry. So I was able to put together really pretty pieces. I guess I have some good taste. I know women and their style really well, and I know what I was looking for, which was really big, fun, bold pieces.
Statement pieces.
Like,
I would say you're known for your
Totally.
statement pieces. It always looks good on air, for example, or when you're going around to an event. In Washington, we're kind of a little bit more conservative, so we all have like the black sheath dress, but we want to jazz it up a little bit, and any of your pieces go with all of that.
Well, Kate, that's totally true because, like we all know, Washington is conservative, but girls, especially, the past couple years, want to jazz it up with, accessories, and they can really show their personalities that way, which is great. And I think that's why Queen Bee has stood out.
Where do you find these beads?
I travel pretty extensively. I go overseas. I have dealers. This particular piece came from a specialty dealer who deals with African trade beads. These are actually vintage, like African beads from the 60s that were traded. They were used as a currency. And I thought they were super hot. And when I picked them up, he almost died. He was like, "Those are the most beautiful beads I have on the wall. I can't believe that's what you gravitated towards." And I said, "Well, of course." So.
Well, and I think the Mongolians used to wear their money as jewelry, so it's the same sort of idea of transferring people's coins and their monetary exchanging units into something that you can wear and really show off its beauty.
Absolutely. In certain cultures, particularly these, the African trade beads are amazing. So I love this piece. I picked it especially for the show because I knew that you guys would be watching. And
So is that for sale then? Are you you said people are buying stuff right off of you. Would you sell that?
Sonya, this is vintage Queen Bee. So this sold out pretty quickly. A lot of the pieces that I do choose are limited edition, and there's some pieces that are signature that I have all the time. Pieces that like Laura Bush has worn, Lynn Cheney has worn, Hillary Clinton. A lot of the women in Washington have particular Queen Bee pieces, and those will always be part of my collection. But a lot of pieces are, limited edition or one of a kind.
So how long have you been operating? You said it's been a while since you left the Hill.
Yes, 8 years.
Okay.
8 years, crazy 8.
No, Queen Bee. People know this. Sometimes you go out, I know I've been with you at some events, and you go out and say, "I'm a jewelry designer. You may have heard of my stuff. It's Queen Bee." "Oh, I've heard of Queen Bee." How did that happen? How did you just go from being a Hill staffer who doesn't get to work on the Hill anymore to the Queen Bee?
Well, I love the story of the bumblebee. The bumblebee aerodynamically is not supposed to be able to fly because the bee has kind of a big body and little teeny wings, and its wings flap so fast. Oh goodness! Oh my! That it flies, and so I love that story, and I love crowns because, like Kate, I always want to know where her crown is at all times.
So do I.
I would like her to wear it all the time, but. So I was like, oh, queen bee, and I thought, for branding purposes, to be able to put bumblebees on all my necklaces would be really cute. Because people want to, be able to identify things. I mean, my pieces are pretty statement, so they're pretty recognizable on their own. But then, the little bee on the back, I thought would be cute. And so 8 years ago, Queen Bee was born. And
so, what kind of, from what you do, what kind of pieces do you actually do? Do you have necklaces, bangles? Bobbits.
Baubles, bangles, and beads.
Yeah, what's a bobbit?
I could create a bobbit just for you, Ebong.
Men's jewelry, bobbits.
Yes, I know.
Oh, that's not actually, now that I say it out loud now.
Right now. But so what other type of jewelry do you actually?
Well, I do try to do just about everything.
And what sells the best?
Well, the necklaces are what I'm known for, and so those sell really well. And then the earrings too, because earrings are really affordable. My earrings start about $25 wholesale, so that's pretty reasonable. And so I sell a lot of earrings, I sell a lot of necklaces, I do rings, and I do bracelets. I've been asked for toe rings and belly buttons, but I do not believe in such, ladies.
What about ankle bracelets? Ankle bracelets?
And we can
anklets. Ooh. What about brooches?
I do like brooches.
Should women under the age of 40 be wearing brooches?
Oh yes, I think Michelle Obama has made that very.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, especially the cluster.
Yeah, I'm on the cluster.
But jewelry fashions are always changing, and you're on the cusp of that. You're buzzing forward, Queen Bee buzzing forward with that. So, what is the next new trend? Is it a particular type of bead? Is it a particular type of material? Is it an animal that we're all going to be wearing?
Those bib necklaces.
Yeah. What is the next new trend?
Well, it's interesting because I do try to get up to New York for Fashion Week just about every year because I like to see that kind of what is next. And it continues to remain all over the place. I think that what we're going to see for fall is, and it's one of my favorite shows, so I'm really excited about this, the kind of a return to 60s glam. They did a lot on the runways with Mad Men, kind of fashions, like really beautiful 1960s kind of fashions, as well as fur, a little bit more of a return to decadence. I guess we're thinking the recession is
maybe over.
So I think a lot of really beautiful pieces, and so a lot of our things are going to go with that. We're going to glam it up with some really big, fun, funky pearls. We're going to continue to do our statement pieces because that's really what I'm known for, and that's really where my heart is. Because I don't like to, my clients to walk into a room and not be complimented on their jewelry. That's the whole point of Queen Bee is, to stand out and to be your own Queen Bee when you're wearing one of our pieces. And
a little bling,
create a buzz.
It's all about me, my necklace,
creating
my
a
ears.
buzz. That's right. She said it's all about creating a buzz. Well, thank you for creating a buzz so that you can be a DC notable that we'd like to talk with. If you don't know about Queen Bee, make sure you check out Queen Bee's website at
queenbeedesigns.com.
queenbeedesigns.com. We'll be checking it out. We hope you will too. Thanks as always for checking us out right here on the District Dish.